Yeah, I think it's a good morning from here, and I just want to introduce the partnership we have. I know most of you guys have been asking, Hamis, what did you go to do in West Africa? I told you a long time ago, my age, I have not reached that point of going for holidays to see the beach, to see the whatever. My move is always on business, because this is the years that I should work as an engine. A long time ago, I was telling you about this, that in the Africa, we are going to do something that you guys understand. I told you, Hamis, my intention is creating millions of animals in Africa, and I'm tired of hearing that if you're coming from Africa, you're such a poor person. We have all what it takes. And when I reached here, really I saw my country in Ghana. You get? And many people now are picking up, they are understanding my concept of where we are supposed to go. So here I am, my friend George will tell him the real names. I came here and we are having a partnership, and that partnership is here, South Africa and East Africa. So what I do in East Africa is what is going to be done in West Africa, and also a support from South Africa. So those three partners, they cannot fail to do God, because most of us, we have experience with it. So basically, this has been a virgin place, and people have been crying a lot. But to give you a good background, me, when I came here, I didn't want to tell you that there will be a strong partnership that we were looking at. I really wanted to come and see. You know, it's always good to partner when you've seen the weaknesses. I think in a business language, it's called baseline survey, and I'm done with it. We are going to discuss, where do we see this partnership? Where is it going to go? With my partner here. My partner, I welcome you on board, and I'd like you to also introduce yourself, because me, I'm called Hamis Semanda, the director of Ham Animal Breeding Farm and Ham Garden Cafe and Grill. If he starts to explain his companies, I think we shall spend the whole day here. But you're welcome to our viewers. We need to discuss our partnership, your name, and the farm name. First of all.
My name is George White. The farm name is Hobby Farms. Coincidentally, your farm also starts with H.
So they are double H.
double H. So maybe along the line we might have to look at.
Also in South Africa, it's also H.
Mr. Hans.
So it's a triple H. Okay.
Wow. Seriously, it hasn't. I mean, maybe that's the way it has to go. So H, triple H, yes. Maybe we'll get to a point, once we firm everything up, we can change the name to
Triple H
Farms.
Wow, that's so beautiful. So now, Mr. Horns, sorry, now you've told me about Horn. Mr. George, we need to discuss this with these people. Okay. We want them to understand our partnership, because now we've seen there is capacity. You have capacity, the market is already here, and the farm is already here. Will you try and explain to these people the location of the farm? Because I'm not very well conversant with the location, and how easy can they access that farm before we tell them what exactly we want to do.
Okay, so the farm is at Akuse in the eastern region from Tema. It's just an hour drive from Tema. It's also by the roadside, so you won't miss it on your way to Akuse. Once you get to Akuse Junction and you turn towards Akuse, there is a police barrier. Just after the police barrier, we are on the left side of the road. So it's just about a minute away from the police barrier. Or better still, anybody who knows Legacy School, we are just a stone throw from Legacy School. So the landmark, let me say, either the police barrier or the Legacy School junction, we are just a stone throw from there.
So guys, just to emphasize and tell you that whatever you see in Uganda or whatever you see at Ham Farm or Ham Garden, it's the same story that is going to happen here. Do you have any good place here where they do goat grill, the chops, like the supermarket? Because in our vision, to take you briefly, what we want to do in Ghana here is we want to have a farm which does the breeding. That one is already existing, because in our checkup or in our baseline survey, we discovered that one of our problems is the animal, the genetics. We do not have them, and the solution is here in partnership with me and our partner in South Africa. So that one, I don't know whether you emphasize it, but I have told them that the animals are readily available. Just pay and pick your animal. You can as well emphasize it, because you are our partner.
It's just going to be pick and pay. Let me put it that way. You're not going to pay in advance and wait for a couple of days, weeks, months before your animals come. The animals, with the help of the partners involved, will be available. So you come, you choose whatever animal, being it blackberry, savannah, Kalahari, or boa, being it male or female, that's back or ewes. You see what you are actually picking, what you want. So it's not like somebody telling you send the money in advance, let me bring it. Once they bring it, you have no option to pick. But this will be, you pick what you want and you pay for it.
Wow. So that's so beautiful. I think you've heard also from him. We are organizing that, and actually it's already on ground. Those people from Ghana, all the countries from West Africa, because it has been a very big challenge when people want to import animals from Uganda to decide, import animals from South Africa to here. You cannot bring 2-3 animals. It's very expensive. That's why we've decided that if we do this partnership, we bring animals on board. And those animals on board, you just pay and pick the animal that you want. Actually, all the animals that you want, inclusive of even cows, if you need them in quantity, we shall be able to deliver them to you. The hybrid cows, dairy, beef, and as well, we are going to do a cattle feedlot here. I think my partner can tell you what is the overview of this partnership and the ground that we are going to put in Ghana. Me, I call this Ghana is, West Africa is sorted in terms of all things. Because what do you think you can tell these people, apart from what I've told them, about our plan that we are going to do?
Okay, I think Mr. Hamis has said it all. And quite frankly, what happens in Uganda and Kenya, there's that collaboration between farmers in Uganda and Kenya. If you are not careful, you might not even know where the animals will be coming from. But between the two countries and countries around them, they gel so well. And that's exactly what we're bringing to Ghana. And Ghana will be the hub. We'll be working with farmers within the sub-region, that's the ECOWAS sub-region, being it Togo, Benin, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire, all the West African countries. Logistics has been put in place, so import will come through Ghana, and the rest of West African countries will look at the logistical arrangement to put in place. And I also think that, like he rightly said, bringing one animal, one goat, 2 goats, 3, 4, 5, it's a bit of a challenge. The processes you go through in terms of permit acquisition, blood tests, sampling, and all of that. So as a company, as a unit, or as a joint venture, all of that is going to be taken care, or has already been taken care of, because the breeder himself sits in South Africa. He is creating a quarantine unit in South Africa. Then we'll create a quarantine unit in Ghana. So animals will not be coming from different places. If it's not coming from the quarantine unit in South Africa to our unit in Ghana, then meaning we are not bringing the animals. So it will be between the two units. So any animal that you find them here would have gone through all the stringent arrangements in South Africa, because they are very key. I mean, they are very interested in keeping the chain together. And we're also going to be we are also going to propose to the Ministry of Agric Veterinary Directorate, where they can also be using our quarantine facility for those who, for whatever reason, they will want to import themselves. And we would also make our facility available to students who wants to come and learn and on the job, or any farmer who wants a practical experience. As you know, the master himself is part of this project. What we've also decided going forward or doing is that he's going to bring people that he has trained in Uganda to come and work here. And so when it comes to the technical and the practical know-how, we'll have people on the grounds to support us. So anybody who happens to be dealing with us will have after-sales service. Not just that we are selling animals to you, but you have the full after-sales service. I think another thing that we are looking at the complete value chain, imports, exports, and within that chain, the animals will get here. Once they get here, we'll quarantine them for a month. Make sure that they are acclimatized to our condition in West Africa. Give them all the necessary vaccination. Give them all the necessary medication. So by the time you are picking your animals from hobby farms, you know you're not going to have a problem. Should there be any problem, you have the team to come to your aid and support you. For some reason, even if you pick up, there's a promise, and I'll go with my promise. Even if you pick up an animal from our site, you take it to your place and you lose it, we'll look at how we'll be able to compensate you or replace you, but we'll have to trace it as to where the problem came from. If we establish that it came from our place, we wouldn't hesitate replacing the animals back to you. So this is a promise.
Wow. Yeah, also to add on him, actually, because the missing link that we've been having here, one, we don't have vaccines. We're also going to arrange and make sure that at least Ghana and West Africa, the genuine vaccines are on board. Also, handling of the cold chain, like how are you handling the vaccines? Because you can lose vaccines at any point if you're not handling it well. Then also, the youth are going to be very beneficial, and they're going to actually to benefit from this program. Most of those that are dealing with agriculture, the vets, we shall also have a training facility for them, practical training facility. Many guys have learned in this country, but they don't have practical touch. Then also it's going to be as a linking a farmer to the vet. Why? Because we, as our partnership, we shall make sure that even if you're too fresh, you've just graduated, you have to come back on training before we give you to a certain farmer. Even those farmers that really want to have their own vets, we shall be having them. And actually, we shall use guys in this country that have studied veterinary. We shall give them more practical experience, more so in cows and goats, but as per now, we are concentrating more on goats and sheep. But later, we shall also be training people on how to do cattle feedlots, because this is gold here. This is gold. What I really liked about Ghana, land is not their problem. As long as you know how to look for it, to ask for it, it's very easy to have land, because they gave us unlimited land to operate, and we shall also be doing another extension in the northern part of Ghana. But all in all, in our partnership, we are going to be availing the drugs, the vaccines, the extension service. The vets are going to be trained practically well. Then also, we shall also start to train the workers, for those people that have the farms and they would wish to maybe have a person, even if he's a herdsman, he's supposed to have a skill. So we shall also be training them. So those people that are not highly educated, but actually they need survival, we shall also have a program for them. We train them, then give them opportunity in other farms. Then as well, we shall also be making a follow-up. The association will be done here, and we shall create farmers database. You do not just take our animal. No, you have to take our animal, but you need to stay with details. Where are you? How many animals do you have? Such that at time X, our vets, the partnership vets, will be moving. We shall facilitate them ourselves to go check on all the farms that have taken our animals, and make sure that we get the data. We know our stand. Whereby, if we start to do the slaughtering, we have what it takes. Because we also, I told you, what at time X, you will have ham garden in different countries. So you see how this is going to be extended. We shall have the grills. We also plan to have a supermarket, which is dealing with meat. Guys in partnership that have been in West Africa, Ghana, and all over, we are not putting you off the grid. You are partners. There is no competition for food. Unless if we all die, that's when we shall have the competition. But the moment you wake up in the morning, have breakfast, lunch, and supper, that is 3 times in a day. So that means in a year, you need to eat 1,080 times. So we are not competing with anybody, but we are helping. We are bridging up the gap, because many want to do farming, but they don't know where to go. They have no guide of where to go. So our hub is going to be very strong, and also we shall be starting to do artificial insemination. We shall update you, because anytime we shall be moving to South Africa for the training, and we shall be doing artificial insemination, but of course that will be on a certain level of farmers. Then embryo transfer, we shall also be doing it on another level of farmers. I think that's a very good brief, and we are not just promising, but this thing is starting. I think you can tell them how ready we are to set off.
As we speak, our other partner in South Africa is shipping the 500 cows to Qatar.
Yeah.
So the partnership has already started, but we are putting a few things in place in Ghana for it to take off officially. And I also believe that in the course of our discussion, we'll be working closely with some of the universities that has agric courses, students who are interested to come and do attachment with us. We are ever ready to. So we are calling on institutions, not just universities, but
all
colleges who are into animal husbandry, to get in touch with us so that we can all build the industry. We see a lot of young guys who, after going through training, have nothing to do.
Yep.
And they end up staying at home. So what we're trying to do is to create the opportunities for them to be trained, to give them practical training, and also attach them to some farms. I believe that give and take in the next year or two, people will see the benefit of what we've just started. And there's no doubt about it. Hamis has spoken about the AI and the embryo transfers. We know what we are talking about because one of our other partner, unfortunately, is not in Ghana as we speak, is ever ready to come to Ghana for us to start looking at the establishment of a proper lab that will handle all of these issues. And in any case, in case you lose an animal, don't just take it that you've just lost an animal. We have to investigate the cause of death so that it doesn't repeat again. That's why we are also calling on veterinary officers, students who have just graduated, who wants to be trained on the job, to reach out to us, because that would be part of our corporate social responsibility, just putting something back into the society within which we operate. So apart from doing business as usual, we intend to do a lot for community. At the end of the day, we are looking at creating jobs, because if you're able to train veterinary officers, they get a job, people go into animal farming, they are also creating their own jobs. So that is what we intend to do. And we believe that we are not just going to do it all by ourselves, but along the line, we'll get people coming on board, institutions, being it private companies, government institutions who are interested in some kind of partnership. We are ever ready to open our doors to us. Training is very key. And when I say training, practical is just not theoretical training or theory. Practical training is very, very key in this industry. So it's one of the key things that we are going to focus on. Apart from the genetics will definitely come, but you need the practical training as well. Thank you.
Wow. So now also pastures, we shall also be handling the pastures, because it's the key. That is exactly what we are looking at. Ghana is full of pastures, but people don't know how to use it. Then also these other pastures that we know about their details. Most of the pastures that we have, they are very good in this country, but still we shall also put programs on training of pastures, handling of pastures, and nutrition. You know, the three pillars I always talk about: genetics, management, and nutrition. So even guys that have the money and they don't have time to manage their farms, they will reach to us. We shall help you with the young people and the extension setting up, supervision and everything. So the problem is already in Ghana. So we just shake up for the fire.
The beginning of a good partnership.
Yeah.
And I believe that this is going to change and turn things around in this industry.
Yeah. And it's a fight. We are ready to move. Let me just wish you the best. Unfortunately, I'm leaving Ghana today night, but this is my home. I'm going to always be coming here. So guys that have missed to meet me, I know I've had a couple of people that are calling. They thought I was still in. Please, I'm marching out, but anytime I'll be coming back here. So just pray for this partnership. It's going to move on. It's going to help a lot of lives, right from the mother, the father, and the grand. So African, we only have to move this way. Not doing something alone, but we need to push, and we need the information and knowledge. Let me just wish you the best. I think I just need to say hello to the cameraman, because wherever I go, I always have to have a cameraman. I can see even he's shaking because of the long time we've spent, but that is part of partnership. Yeah. Let me just wish you the best, guys, and see you when you see me. Bye for now.
Thank you.